How is everybody doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking the Block. For those of you who do not know me, hi, I'm writer Sam Wicker, and welcome to my channel. I have too many projects, and I actually listed them out in a spreadsheet along with stats and everything because I couldn't sleep this morning. So I will let my lovely co-hosts introduce themselves. Rach, you want to go first?
Sure. I am Rachel D. Adams, also known as Rach, amongst all the other tubers and friends I have on here. I write aggressively helpful writing advice that I put in Substack. I'm hoping to get back to that this coming month and on a regular basis. But there's still some really cool stuff out there for you, all free. And I also write with Dawn McClellan, a urban fantasy paranormal romance called the Dragon Tasker series, and I'm diving into other little projects along the way. Mama Maggie?
Hello, lovelies. Mama Maggie Ward, independent author, stroke survivor, migraine overcomer. Shyly says good morning. Yes, host of All the Words October, writing routine building challenge. I have a book on sale. Ghost with Ink is the book of the week that is on sale. And it is a sci-fi, more sci-fi than fantasy. And yeah, it's morning. It was cold last night. It was like 29 degrees here was our coldest last night. So I hope that wherever you are, it's warmer.
We don't have anything like that. It's kind of like rainy, windy here, but it's not cold. We've got Rita. She's sipping coffee words later, so I decided to pop in for a listen. Awesome. I know we're like right in between the sprints for Heartbreeding's virtual writing retreat weekend here because they didn't have anything scheduled from like 11 to 2, 1, somewhere around in there. I don't know. Sky says, good morning. She saw me at my finest here in the YouTube chats at, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Or should we say goodnight, Sky, who hasn't been to sleep yet?
Right.
Oh, no.
Just got back from dropping off the hubs at work and eating breakfast and now doing a packing for NC wedding trip while listening. Yay!
Woohoo.
And we've got a cat paw, sleepyhead here. I blame it on the weather. Yes, definitely. So, we are going to be talking about community things until we get some questions from y'all. Or we go off on another tangent because Restream lost all of my questions that I had saved for us. So that's awesome. But yeah, if you have any questions for us, anything about breaking creative blocks or project management or something of that nature, feel free to pop it in the chat. No, Sky did actually sleep.
Oh, nice.
All right. So,
Screaming sugar.
I like that.
I still have my TLC. So I creep. Yeah.
I'm doing my Savage.
Nice. Love it.
Well, the most important thing with being an indie author is the thing that we struggle with most is the isolation. Because writing is lonely, it's not all on Walden Pond where we're just sitting in a cabin writing and we have our mother and 2 maids to come and take care of us to write the great American novel. Most of us, we're sitting in our houses, sitting in our cars, sitting on the bus, just sitting alone, writing these swirling masses of words in the maelstrom of life. And it's really hard to find a community. I mean, it's humans are pack creatures. And the advantage of the internet is now we can have our community while feeding that inner introvert and never having to leave. We can people without peopling, if that makes sense. And having a community can be a great source of encouragement. It can, if you've got writer's block and you're stuck. That's the whole reason we started this thing, to help each other. That's the reason they're like Kate Kavanaugh's community, the Word Nerds, the Heart Breathings community, the Storytellers Hearth community. There are so many different writing communities out there beyond just local writing groups that you can reach out to through YouTube, through AuthorTube. That's the whole reason there is an AuthorTube, is because there is a niche for this community, for writers to be a community without actually having to do the peopling interaction. And it is very supporting. And there have been, I do know, and I've been guilty of this too, of going into sprinting chats, sprinting streams, and spending more time doing chatties than actually sprinty writings.
Same.
But it's our need for community that is now through the internet bringing us together. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that you can meet with other writers, that you can talk with other writers, because as Eva says, community care is a form of self-care.
Mm-hmm. That's why I love sprint streams. It gives a sense of togetherness and a great online writing community, especially that celebrates the little goals. Exactly. Hey, Dawn. So we had Eva and Weaver Words come in. And Cat Paw says, I like hanging out with a community that congratulates each other for getting some sleep.
That too. So
we cheerlead everybody in our little corner of AuthorTube. Oh, you got more coffee? Congratulations! You made it! The document. Yay!
You're hydrating.
Hydrate! Hydrate or dihydrate. I still think the funniest thing about that phrase is the coach that was yelling that at me in 1986 is the one who died from not taking his own advice, running 3 marathons in a week.
Oh
no. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry if my mic is messed up. It keeps adjusting by itself.
He was, to be fair, he was training for like a Spartathon, one of the first Ironman like super triathlons, and and to do that he decided he was going to do 3 marathons in a week, like each one 2 days apart. And
no.
So
let's see. Sky says, I can only typically write during my lunch break at work, 1 a.m., 3 a.m. Eastern, and it's so hard to find others to write with. I'm so happy when JC asked if I wanted to do 4 sprints together. That's awesome. Cat Paw says, I'm guilty of that too. I go days without talking to anyone but the cats. Even missed Sky's stream by an hour. Weaver Swords says, being social is a basic human need. You need chatty time sometimes to fill that need, and that's okay. Eva's an early bird among the night owls. Hello, Prince Zuko. Welcome.
That's part of the reason that Discord grew so fast.
Yeah, it has to be.
Is because of the community aspect of it. And I early on, I belonged to a lot of different Discord writing groups. The problem is now the Discord has gotten so big and so data dense that it is a very rare occasion that I can actually get into Discord on my rural internet.
Pull out some of my communities on there because it's getting to be a little much. I have to like scroll.
I can't keep up with all of it. I'm just there like if I can make it, I make it. If not, I'm sorry, but I mean I'm at least part of it, so that if you have a special event, a lot of times then I can like join in because I'm at least a member of the Discord. But
I joined Jared Kaufman's Right Now community, and I love hanging out with them, like on YouTube and stuff. But trying to get into because they have like daily Discord things, and I'm like, I can't even log into Discord today. And Jared was trying to communicate me through Discord, and I was like, sweetie, honey, it won't open. Yep. I just get the wheel.
It is dense when it comes to the amount of memory and processing that it takes.
Someone was telling me the other day that their computer slowed down and they went to look at their task manager, and
That was
Discord.
me.
Yeah, Discord was using more data and more processing than Chrome.
Yeah.
And that's insane when you think about it, because Chrome is huge.
Yeah, it blew my mind. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to have to cut this off for a moment. Then I can download things. And I've got a gaming computer, if that tells you anything. I've got a gaming computer. And
see,
I was like,
my husband had them put the 2 terabyte drive, the 1.5 terabyte drive in my last 2 laptops because of all the writing I do. And the video editing stuff. And so he bought me this huge I have the big processor and I have the big memory, but if the lines coming to us won't handle the data stream, that there's nothing I can do.
No.
Which, by the way, Rachel, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I'm going to have to bump all of my streams, my 7 a.m. streams, to later in the day because they're adding a new community.
Devin is taking care of it a lot too. So, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that a couple of days or 3 days ago, I was like, because I'm going to be busy. I was busy all weekend.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, thank you.
This is another thing. This is another thing with community is the AuthorTube and writing playlist that you see all of us share all of the time actually came from Devin Cutting's channel. Happy belated birthday, Devin. And he was putting out daily playlist of writing sprints, just so you could just click on the playlist and go from sprint to sprint to sprint to sprint. And the things and the things and the things and some jealousy and some grumpiness, and Devin's channel Devin got reported to YouTube by some malevolent parties, and YouTube said, well, you're not creating any of your own content. And they technically hit their reason was he was stealing content just by creating playlists to share the AuthorTube community. And so Devin got banned for life.
That was just a weird thing.
That was such a weird thing. And so from that became the AuthorTube Google Sheets. And now, so
Cat's Chaos Cafe is the one that actually put the sheet together, from what I understand. And then there's been several of us along the way that have kept it up because Cat can't do it all the time. So, and then I was the one that was doing most of that for the last couple of months. I noticed it was like, okay, well, I'm going to be gone. So when I was gone, I realized nobody was putting stuff up. So I was like, oh, okay. But then when I noticed Devin pop in, I was like, thank you, because it's a lot of work sometimes. I had to rearrange stuff on the sheets because of the chips that are in the YouTube links kept messing up. And so I found a way to get around that by just using that programming, the coding that's inside of it to do it that way instead. Because it was pulling chips from other videos like that you didn't want to show on there.
It's amazing. And YouTube, and let's be honest, YouTube finds the AuthorTube and the BookTube and BookTube. For the BookTube, it doesn't mind the book review videos and streams because those get rewatches. Mm-hmm. But the read-along streams, the write-along streams that AuthorTube and BookTube do, where it's people just sprinting and working together, these streams are very rarely rewatched.
Right. Because there's so many of us,
and they go for hours. They go for hours. Yeah. And so yeah, there's, YouTube's like, you're using all of our, it's not like gamer streams, because people will go back and watch gamer streams to say, how did this gamer do this thing?
Well, okay, so that's another thing, and it's something that I've got on my list of to-dos for next year, is making more content that's actually content that's within 10 to 15 minutes long, things that are helpful for other people, tutorials, things like that actually can be rewatched and stuff. As a gamer, a lot of the times when they do the like 5-hour play-alongs, or even 3-hour play-alongs, people don't tend to rewatch that as much, but what they do to get more rewatches is highlight reels. And they'll do a highlight reel of the funniest moments that they recorded while they were live streaming. And then that's how they're getting more and more people. And then they'll make shorts out of that. They'll find the really funny scenes and make a couple of shorts. And then that draws people into the channel to watch more. So I've been kind of studying how gamers do it that are really, really marketing well when it comes to YouTube. And I think that that's something that all of us that are on AuthorTube could learn from, doing stuff like that. So I'm going to put more effort into it next year.
Yeah, how we're YouTubing is really, really changing, because YouTube is they announced over the summer, and there's been discussion about this. They have gone to an algorithm-based disbursement. So just because you are subscribed to a channel does not mean you're going to get notifications in your notification tab that that person has gone live, that they are live, that they've uploaded a new video. If you go to the subscription page, you don't always see them. Like before, we were talking about this before the stream, about how now they feed the video to 100 people. And then they feed it, if it tracks well, they feed it to 1,000 people. And as content creators, we don't control who they feed that video to, which means I rarely get Rachel is live, Sam is live, Jenna is live, Cordy is live. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I occasionally I'll see when Kat is live or Glory is live, and these are the people I subscribe to. These are the people I interact with. I don't care about these news channels that I watched a reel on 2 weeks ago about the flooding in Alaska. I liked that reel because I was like, oh, the poor people in Alaska got hit by a typhoon. But I don't need to know the fishing report for the Bering Sea.
Yeah.
Algorithms are weird.
I'm not following.
Well, I think
most of it's not channels that I follow. Most of my notification feed is not channels that I follow. And I had the notification for this stream up, and it's not here.
Yeah. So this right here too, since we're talking about community, this is another thing that could also confuse YouTube's algorithm or wherever you have your community. Because as AuthorTubers, we're putting content out there that helps other authors, helps other indie authors like this. But we're also talking about our books. We're trying to reach readers. Most of the time, we don't reach the readers, we reach other authors. So do we keep splitting the algorithm? Or do we get away from our community other than in the writing sprints and everything like that, and not provide anything for them so that we can find our reader base?
Yeah, YouTube is changing. They are really pushing the short format as a way to bring traffic to channels.
Mm-hmm.
But as a community that was built on group work, on co-working, on body doubling, this is not really, it doesn't fit our aesthetic. It's not aesthetic. What word am I looking for?
Thing.
I mean,
Vibe.
I don't want to say branding because, like,
Okay, so I don't see AuthorTube as me. I never went into AuthorTube. Let me figure out how to say it. I never went into AuthorTube as meaning to get to my readers. Okay. AuthorTube was strictly community,
Yep.
strictly authors. And I've known that. So the only reason that I will release new stuff that might trickle into readers is when I'm announcing releases and stuff like that. But the thing is I don't just use YouTube for that. I use my channels on all social media for that. And that's what marketing's for. That's what other stuff is for. To reach my readers, that's what that part is for. For YouTube, if I have readers on YouTube, it's usually because other authors are like, oh, I like your books. And that's it. Or I will accidentally find readers who see one of my shorts that's on YouTube shorts. But the thing is that's no work, like that's no extra work for me because I'm putting it on TikTok. So I've already got a short form video and I'm just sharing it also on all social media. And it just happens to include YouTube. And they have I have the central hub, which is my website. And I've put that on everything. So they can immediately go to my website if they're a reader instead of an author, So I guess the only thing that I really link to my YouTube stuff is aggressively helpful writing advice, because that is again, it's all YouTube is for AuthorTube is for authors. So
yeah.
And we buy each other's books. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how many books I've bought of y'all's. Well, they're on the shelf. I could probably go count, but I don't really
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's another thing about our community is indie authors support indie authors because
We're readers too.
we're readers too, which is why I belong to BookTube.
I just can't keep up with the pace when it comes to reading as well as a lot of other people can. Not just because of the eye, but also, because I read slow. I've always read a little bit slower than I notice most people do. And then, of course, the injury to the eye makes it worse. So it's like, they have the marathons and all that stuff, the readathons and things like that, which is great. Or the competition with yourself on how many books you can get in a month. I can't do that. So I'm just like, okay, well, that's not for me, but I'll promote it for other people if they're interested, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Eva. Gamers are giving some of us that have a life, too much of a life to be able to game, something to watch. Yeah. I appreciate gamer streams because since my stroke, I cannot my reactions, even switching the controller around, this is not fast enough to keep myself alive in Minecraft. And if you can't keep yourself alive in Minecraft,
I used to could, but since I don't really game much anymore, I can't now.
when I was visiting the daughter and son-in-law, I nearly died like 3 times. playing the what is it, the easiest level where nothing is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
I nearly died like 3 times just because I was like, I can't make it to work. I'm drowning. Oh, I almost fell in lava. So
this right here is an awesome idea for when we all have the ability and the means to hire video editors.
Right.
Because
I don't have time to go back through and watch all of them. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Yeah, what the thing that they were saying
You
earlier.
you can write it like if you record it like when it happens and you realize, oh, this is funny, and you write it down, like capture the time frame and stuff. Yeah, timestamp. That'd be the only way I could do it.
Yeah, I that's something like Eva said that I need to do is in 2019, almost nobody kept the live streams up after they were live. And I have gone back and I've cleared my old video queue, and I need to go back and do that again and pull off a lot of the sprint ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that too. I do that too, Sky. I typically delete my watch history like every few days. But the algorithm already knows that I will like on like news reports and stuff, and it's just like
feeds it to you. Like right now, all my channel suggests is music, which I'm fine with, honestly. Crochet patterns and random recipes and anime stuff. That's my feed. See, what about backstage author community and public reader focused videos? Yes, I know. Everything's thing with me. Bring me that thing over there. Bring me that thingy over there. We're talking about the thing.
Now, what is that? Examples.
That would be good. Public reader focused videos. So more like BookTube with like our community thing that we were talking about. Was it last Breaking the Block, Eva? Where we were talking about going backstage and just hanging out and talking.
Yeah, I think the backstage author community is what's happening on Discord.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different author groups that host sprints on Discord. They host content on Discord that never shows up on YouTube. And then there's the whole Twitch. Twitch has big communities too, just like YouTube.
Let's see. We have got a lot of comments. Hold on. BookTube content, it makes more sense for readers or just growing a channel in general and mentioning you have a book. You like making that much noise, dear?
Hello, Kona. Who's a good girl? I spoke
love
to
you.
another dog, and now I'm getting the look.
Kona's probably knocked out on the couch. I think it's deciding an audience you want to reach and gear the content that way. I'm looking at doing my channel next year focused on me as an author and my books only. No author advice. 10 live streams as a viewer and listen to music and drama. Focus content on his YouTube account. That's not helping any of y'all's author tuber algorithms, but streams hurt my own. Yeah. Hey, Gwenna.
Hi, Gwenna.
Hello.
How's the itty bitty mini Gwenna?
So at least 3 to the community. Pretty quickly realized I didn't want to do author advice stuff, so stay more in the BookTube land. Like it says, 75-25 hand wash only. My writing channel is going to be about me, accountability, content, and the label I give it. Yeah. I can't be any other way than what you have seen on my channel forever. So, yeah, what you see is what you get. I can't even vlog. I've tried again. I can't do it.
I need to update Substack. I forgot about it again this month. That's what killed my blog. I forget that
you have it.
I need a spoon for that, and I don't have a spoon for that.
Yeah, I don't have enough spoons. This guy says, I started my channel to document my journey. I've done a couple advice videos framed as this worked for me. Maybe try it and see if it works for you. Yeah. Troublemakers as a channel is a true AuthorTube community. Agreed. Heart breathings. Yeah.
Right Now community. Kate Kavanaugh's community. I don't know what Kate's community is called, but she's got a huge following and a huge community.
Yeah. Yeah, the Troublemakers are Katie Wallace Stig and Great Fry. I knew most of them before they became the Troublemakers, I think. And then after they became the Troublemakers, I don't get any notifications from any of them anymore.
Yeah, I know Stig goes live at 11 on like Tuesdays because he and I have the same stream time.
Yeah. Thank you, Eva, for the link to them.
Well, but which is another thing is finding the community that works with you and your methods.
Mm-hmm. See, I like the Troublemakers, but I don't know. It's just like they have different views, different ways of doing things and stuff. So I don't go to them in particular as compared to some of the other communities, like the community that has kind of come up here for one thing. And then, and I don't know what to call it, but, and then also the Heart Breathings is where I started. So they're pretty cool because there are so many different types of authors. So, and then I kind of liked Right Now, but again, it's like I'm doing like I did in high school. I'm just kind of floating between communities and enjoying a little bit here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, that's a good way to be. Friends with everyone, but you're not the popular group.
Yeah. Popularity never appealed to me.
No, it didn't me either. I was too much of a rebel type. Katie and Wallace both have tried to put books out, and that could be why it feels not necessarily odd hanging out with them, but you prefer others because they do have tried books out, and we have like the indie books.
Yeah, there is unfortunately there is a divide between the trad pub community and the indie pub community, and it's not really a fair divide.
There's no antagonism really.
No.
It's more just like we have two different experiences.
Yeah. Well, the groups that were kind of antagonistic toward indie publishing have either been humbled and ended up indie publishing, or they just kind of suffocated out, especially during the giant Simon Schuster thing last year.
Yeah.
Where all of these people invest all this money into getting an education, into getting an agent, into book publishing through a trad house, and then it came out that less than 100 copies sell nationwide. And it, I mean, on average, the trad pub books sell less than, I think it was 12 copies on their release day.
But it just seems like that it's like a big show.
It's a big show, and then it was to learn that from like Simon Schuster was insane. that they were dropping thousands of dollars on these as bonuses for these authors they were bringing in, and the majority of them, like there's Tribe Pub authors that are coming out that are saying, I have to do all my own marketing. I have to do all of my own this. I have to do all of my own that. And it's just like, then you're doing the same thing as an indie author.
But you don't get to keep everything.
But you have to give 95% of your royalties to someone else.
Doohickeys are fantastic.
Yes, they are. All the doohickeys. All the time. Thingamajigs. Yeah. Yeah. I won't say what YouTube tosses at me. I can imagine. No. This is
yeah.
Yeah. Discord is too much coming at. Like I said, I've got to thin out my communities over there.
Yeah, it's okay, so Discord, just to be clear, if I leave somebody's Discord community, it's not on them. It's just there's too many. And if I'm not interacting, again, it's not them. It's just there's so many communities I'm part of, including gaming communities as well as the AuthorTube communities and stuff, that you just can't keep track of everything. It's like this year, for instance, how many anthologies have been popped up out of nowhere that normally we wouldn't have? It's great if you can be part of it, but I was asked several times, hey, are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? I was like, I literally need to finish this series. I cannot put my focus on anything else right now. So
that's what happened with me and Krampus. Is I couldn't do it.
And it's not that I wasn't interested. I love the idea of doing a King Krampus story, but I couldn't come up with anything. My brain was like, no.
The coolest little Slavic mythological deity that was like the female version of Krampus. It was like Boghag meets Krampus. And I was like, "Ooh, I want to write this." And then I was like, "I do not have the no, I don't have it."
I shouldn't have joined Beltane because all I could think of for it was just like a side story, and that to me wasn't fair. So when Krampus came along, I'm like, "Ooh, I want to do that." No,
I had already pre-drafted the second story of Sledge and Sparkles. So when Boghag went to Beltane, I just was able to go, here's the next story. But that's because I already had the 2 parts done. But yeah.
So this right here, and I kind of want to touch base on it. My channel is basically what I would like to hear. So my channel is for me.
Yeah.
If people love it, great. I am trying to get to 500 subscribers so I can make some pennies. But other than that, yeah. I'd like to make money off of me.
Yes. Yes. I think all of us would like to be able to cover our bills. That would be fantastic. But yeah, the content is stuff that, okay. Like for instance, I put a how-to on a couple of things not long ago, and it's because somebody else asked me, hey, how do you do this? And I'm like, I'm a visual learner, and therefore I'm a visual teacher. So I was like, okay, well, I'll make a video for you. And so that's content. It's not something that people amaze me, and maybe it's my ADHD talking. People amaze me with their ability to schedule and actually follow through on that schedule, video after video after video. Because nah. No. Sam getting me to come here every week is, and even this month I've missed a couple. So
yeah, and that's fine. I don't want this to be a pressure group. I want this to be helpful to
But
y'all.
we have some fun
I have fun.
discussions. We definitely go down the rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're writers. When
So-
we don't go down rabbit holes, there's something wrong.
Yeah. We're the ones that are supposed to be curious.
But yeah, if my content wouldn't show up already, then you clicking it will adjust your algorithm, and the algorithm reads more than who clicks and who watches it. It watches how everyone clicks. So if you and I both watch one video, the other videos we watch impact that algorithm.
Yeah,
and once you get the algorithm down, it's going to change again anyway.
Yeah, which is what happened over the summer. Is the last year the algorithm was who do you follow? This year the algorithm is content driven.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Just know that a thumbs up and watching the video and interacting with us like this makes us feel good.
It does.
Yeah.
That's what you're accomplishing. I'm not worried about. I don't like Sam said. I'm not worried about the algorithm so much. This
is our social circle.
Yeah.
Join us to socialize.
Yeah. What you might. That was the other word I was thinking of.
That used to be my favorite candy bar.
It's
growing up.
It is a minefield. That's the reason why I sometimes get into the videos that talk about algorithm, and then I'm like, no.
Well, here's something interesting. Here's something interesting that I've noticed recently, and Margaret's going to find this really, really interesting. So I have laptop, mainly is my laptop, but I also have YouTube on my television in the living room, and I will set YouTube on the television on the video in the living room to play. The recommended page when you open up YouTube on the television is different than the recommended page on my laptop. So it is the device specific.
Yeah.
Recommendations for what I watch on, because like I watch like the light jazz and the lo-fi channels and things like that, and dog and cat TV videos I put up for the animals. That's what shows up on the TV in the living room.
Even though it's the same channel that's watching it. Yep.
Even though it's the same channel that's watching it.
The main thing when bringing it back to community, though, is just be sure that the community works for you. And if you feel like it's not working for you,
and if
there's
you find
plenty of other communities, you know.
And if please, if you find something that works for you and someone says they're struggling, suggest your system. Don't try to shove it down their throat.
That too.
Because just because a system works for you does not mean it's going to work for everyone. And also not everyone has money to throw at some of these big elaborate writing system things.
And don't feel like you have to throw money at everything because
because
there are a lot of people that are doing stuff because they're trying to make money, and they're trying to do it in a way that they're doing it with something that they're passionate about. But it doesn't mean that you will be unincluded from a community just because you can't afford it. You know, that's them trying to make money. It's not.
Feel perfectly safe to say this system doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
This thing works for me. That thing works for me. But this system doesn't work for me. And don't be afraid to cherry pick what you need to create a writing, editing, formatting, publishing system that works for you.
Yeah.
The community is not the system, I think is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
The community is not the system. The community is the community.
It's also the thing of if you've met one person with a chronic illness, one person with autism, you've met one person. It is the same thing for the community. If you meet someone in the community and they're a total Karen or Todd, go find other people in that community. Go find other people in that community, because I guarantee you there are nice people in that community.
What's funny though is I knew a Todd, and yeah, that works for that particular person.
Yeah, it does. More than a Kevin. Most Kevins that I've met are really, really nice.
Pretty laid back, actually.
Most Kevins I know are really, really nice people. The Todds that I've met,
Todds and Chads. For me,
I've met some nice Chads. I've met some really nice Chads. I've also, one of my best friends is named Karen. And do not talk about people referring to Karens as being a bad person, because just sit back with your coffee, let her rant. She'll be done in about 30 or 45 minutes.
My Karen's like, my Karen thinks it's funny. She's like, I'm one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like Karen. Those used to be the Heathers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like every generation.
The movie,
or the Bettys. They were the Bettys. Yeah, every generation, the connotation changes.
Yeah.
The name changes. So for a while it was people like that were called Felicias. Ah, Felicia. Okay, rude, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the Karen that I know, she was like, oh, so this actually gives me permission to go off on people and it's acceptable. And I'm like, no.
Please don't.
No.
yeah, but there's if you encounter someone in you're hopping around the communities, if you encounter someone that is hostile, just move on. It's not personal.
Yeah, and just like anything, they could have been having a bad day and taking it out on you. That's wrong, but it could have been that too. So yeah, grain of salt.
Yeah.
Gonna have to shift what my community focus is. I started with the isekai harem, but now I'm doing an isekai reverse harem, so I'll focus on being more about emotional and character driven. Epic worlds, intimate hearts, infinite connection. Grandmother's name was Karen. That's awesome. One of my brother's friends that he grew up with, and it wasn't friends by choice, I don't think, now that I know more about Chad, was a Chad. They were on the basketball team together, and I think they just... And Dad and his dad were on the rescue squad, so they were thrown together a lot. And I think that's the reason why Danny had to hang out with him. Those consuming your content will find your content with your consistency. Yep. The consistency thing is more for me to keep me accountable, and because I like routines, even if I can't follow them most of the time. Same. I don't know why I talk like I know to say again. I don't know things. It's fine.
These are things that worked for Eva.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's basically what we're saying is don't.
And she's put a lot of work into it too, by the
way.
Be
afraid of leaving a group that makes you feel uncomfortable and going and looking for another group.
No. And don't be afraid to join a group. Most of us are welcoming, even if we've been established for years. It's fine. You don't have to lurk unless you absolutely want to. You make what you want out of this. You make what you want out of the community. You take what you want out of the community. You give what you want into the community. I mean, it's just be you.
and no, it doesn't matter what you write. We don't care what you write.
Yeah.
We just want you to write and be happy writing, because that is the most important thing. We don't care if you never publish. Does writing make you happy? Come and write with us.
Yeah. Because lots of us, we've started with fan fiction. We've gone through all kind of stuff, whether it be tabletop RPGs, all the way up through just writing things that make us happy. and publish it or not publish it. There's lots of things that there's some things that I probably will never publish, but it made me happy at the time.
Yeah. Well, I think content is working for me with habit building. That's good. I'm glad it's working.
I literally publish for 3 people. 3 people who want my print books. They're the ones I publish for. Everything else is just.
Yeah, this right here. I don't use it as much anymore because I felt like a broken record, but I used to mention in every live stream that anyone and everyone could reach out to me to chat because I'm always open to chat. Yeah. New author content channel started months ago with Crick Growth. Twilight fanfic will never see.
Really?
Is this because it glitters?
Because it doesn't exist?
James, why?
Yes, he knows how to poke the bear.
Real vampires sparkle. No. Fatima is doing aesthetic vlogging while following her dreams for a year. Super privileged and beautiful stuff. I love it. Oh. Yeah, make sure to check out this link, y'all. Angel Faye finished your outline. Yes.
Yay.
Good going. Good going. All right. We are approaching the noon mark. Is there any questions in the chat that I missed, possibly, or that y'all want to talk about? And pop them up. I know Rach goes live at 12:30.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But will we get the notification?
I don't know. I had to change things out. It was on regular Streamlabs and things got messed up. So I had to delete all of that and redo it on Talk Studio. So we shall see.
That's weird.
The last one worked. So, and I actually had Magie on.
I was on.
I like both for different reasons. But to be fair, Talk Studio is easier because,
yeah,
I got used to StreamYard and it's almost the same as StreamYard.
Yeah.
And Restream. So.
Yeah, I had problems with the actual desktop version messing up the schedule. Like I couldn't click into both YouTube and Twitch at the same time on the schedule for some reason. It only clicked into one. So I only went live on one.
Okay, so that did happen for a while, but I don't know. It's like when I did it with Talk Studio, it works now. It doesn't tell you. Okay, so it doesn't tell you Twitch up front, but when you go live, it has it there.
Yeah.
And so it worked, and I was like, okay, cool, because I wanted to do both. I don't want to waste my Twitch stream.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about going back to Streamlabs yesterday because Restream decided to delete everything. And now it won't let me download recorded videos or anything. So it's like...
Oh, no. What's the point then, dude?
Right. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Yeah, so shiny. So shiny.
You are working on a beating, sir.
Hey, I thought my solution to why vampires were sparkly in Bog Hag, in Sludge and Sparkles was
that was funny. I like that.
Yeah. The vampires were cursed by a witchy author who then wrote the series of books, and because the collective consciousness then believed vampires sparkled, they were all stuck with the beauty curse.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I loved it.
It was so fun to write.
Yeah.
It really was. I think that's why I had both of them written like at the same time.
Because that was ugly, like it was ugly to them.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty was ugly to them.
And poor, she was like, he's so hideous. And he's like all glorious and sparkly. And she's like, oh, he's so hideous. He's like, would you date someone as pretty as me? And she's like, no,
Mm,
not really.
no. This is awesome. We will be waiting for you.
Rachel, awesome.
Yay.
And happy birthday to the littles. A month away. Early. Got an air pressure headache and reading comments makes it worse. Oh no, Cat Paw, go
Rest
rest.
your eyes.
Rest, sweetie. Rest your eyes.
I'm not even looking. No.
and this is when we
He knows
see
he's a good husband because he remembers when I go off on something
Yeah.
that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And then he brings it back up like that.
Yep.
Hey, my hubby was out all day with the youngest. So she was cleaning the barn and moving the muck from the barn to the pen with the skid loader. And she got out and she looked at her phone and she set it down on the track of the skid loader. And then she got in on the opposite side and ran over her phone with the skid loader. So he took her to get a phone. And then when he finally got back yesterday evening after they ran errands and stuff all day together, he was like, I brought you a coffee, hazelnut breve decaf. And I was like, he loves me.
Yeah. So
My vampires would kick their butts.
I don't know how many sparkly jokes I have in my vampire, werewolf, everything epic, but there's a lot.
Well, the series that I'm hoping to start publishing next year, the Servants of the Moon series, my vampires don't sparkle.
Yeah, mine don't either. They make fun of the ones that sparkle. Target practice. Easy target practice.
It's like
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
unicorns in a barrel.
Drunken corky corns?
Yep. Drunken corn.
Is it in a wine barrel? Is it in a wine barrel?
Son wasn't 2 yet when I found AuthorTube, and he's nearly 8. Oh, wow.
I've been around AuthorTube since 2017.
But it's because you find people who are like-minded when it comes to what they're doing and their hobbies and stuff. To me, it's like people understand me. They like these things that I like, and they understand why I'm the way I am, or at least they can understand it, empathize with it.
Yeah, their brain, whatchamacallit, match my brain thingies.
It's all the things and the things plus the things.
Yep.
Okay, it is now 10 o'clock Mountain, 12 o'clock Eastern. Rachel's stream is going live in 30 minutes.
And we're talking about possibly streaming gaming later on today, just for fun. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
If you're curious about Ark Survival Ascended, riding dinosaurs and mythical creatures.
I have to run to town to get dog food.
The outline I finished is for book 1 of my fantasy novel part of the series, Mystic's Rest. I like the name of that.
It's nice.
Aesthetic vlog, so arcs aren't free, came in hot and found the smaller. I remember that. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Stopped shortly before the big creative tube, not author tube or whatever it was. Yeah, I remember that too. I'm working on... I've been live and doing videos, one or the other, for 6 years now. But I've been watching for... Excuse you, madam. 8, I think. The lore. When Hermione Granger stumbles into a hidden realm with Starlight feels ancient magic.
James, stop
All right,
before
y'all.
she
On that
kills
note,
you.
so
We
Rach
don't
is
want to read about you in the
So I can go
true
kill
crime.
him now.
before
it
her
okay?
stream, so it's not recorded.
True crime podcast.
Suddenly we become a true crime podcast, huh?
Rach, if you want to pop your link in the chat, go for it, or I can try to find it while you do your outro.
Let you guys do the outro, or Maggie do her outro, and I'll see if I can find it.
Thank you for coming, lovelies. I'm Mama Maggie Ward, independent author, stroke survivor, migraine overcomer. I have books, including 3 Halloween trilogies with Editingle Indie House, which are all on sale for 99 cents this month. I am also in the Bog Hag Anthology and Beltane Anthology for Halloween. The book that I have on sale this week is Ghost with Ink. Annie has drawn the attention of the evil on 2 worlds. And when she gets taken from Earth, she has to figure out how to survive on Elo among the predators of the Elo culture. And I will be doing All the Words October sprints, 11 on Tuesday, 9 a.m. on Wednesday and Thursday, and 7:30 p.m. on Fridays. Also, on the 31st, we will be having a party and productivity Halloween thing.
Yes. So, Rachel D. Adams, once again, for authors and AuthorTube, do aggressively helpful writing advice on Substack. And I love doing podcasts like this with fellow author tubers, not feathered. We're not feathered.
My hair is feathered.
But words. So the link for the sprint is in the chat now, and if we're going to go and do the other, I haven't scheduled, so we will pop it up. It'll be a pop-up sprint, or not sprints, but it'll be a pop-up gaming stream. So that'll be later today.
Nice. Thank y'all for joining. As per usual, hopefully I'll be able to recover some of the questions that I had saved from Restream's random deletion. Is trying to get me off of here, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow at 3 p.m. for a writing sprint and body doubling thing. And stay tuned for release of My Husband Wants to Keep Me Dominant, Book 2 in the My Husband series. It's coming soon. I am supposed to be getting the proof copy tomorrow. So I might show y'all during the live stream the proof copy. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah. So y'all have a great rest of your day. We will see y'all here next Sunday, 11 a.m. as per usual.